My name is Madison, and the man I loved more than life itself texted me the cruelest words, I don't love you anymore. Consider this goodbye. In that instant, my world shattered. Everything I trusted, every promise, every dream, I realized love could hurt more than I ever. My name is Madison. I used to believe I had the perfect life. Ethan, my boyfriend of 3 years, always texting I love you at the right time, my friends always laughing with me, my family sitting around the dinner table like nothing could ever go wrong. Madison, are you coming tonight? Lily asked, her voice light over the phone. Yeah, of course, I said, trying not to sound too excited. But there was a lump in my throat I couldn't swallow. Lately, Ethan had been different, distant, busy. I glanced at his jacket draped over the chair. He left it here last night. I ran my fingers over the fabric, remembering how he wore it while he whispered, "You're the only one I want." Then my phone buzzed. It was him. Ethan. I don't love you anymore. Consider this goodbye. I dropped my phone. My hands trembled. My heart raced like a drum I couldn't control. No. This isn't real, I whispered to myself. He's joking. It's a mistake. I called him. No answer. My voice broke as I left a message. Ethan, please, call me. I don't understand. The truth hit me as I remembered the subtle signs. The cancelled plans, the little lies. He never said why. And Lily, she knew. You knew, didn't you? I confronted her the next day. Her eyes widened. Madison, I didn't want to hurt you, she stammered. I thought he'd come around. Come around? Lily, he texted me I don't love you anymore. How is that coming around? My voice cracked. She looked down. I'm sorry. I really am. Even my mom, Grace, barely looked up when I told her. Madison, maybe it's better this way, she said, sipping her coffee. Better? Mom, he left me. I screamed. Jacob, my dad, stayed silent. Always neutral. Always calm. Always the same, no help, no judgment, just quiet. I sat on my bed, clutching his jacket, and remembered every smile, every kiss, every promise. How could it all be gone in a text? Maybe I did something wrong, I whispered to the empty room. Maybe I wasn't enough. Flashbacks hit me like punches. Our first date at the park, him holding my hand. Our vacation in London, laughing as rain soaked us completely. Our late-night talks about the future, dreams I had shared with him. All of it erased. Why, Ethan? Why now? I cried into the dark. Lily tried to comfort me later, but I pulled away. I don't want comfort. I want answers. And you know it. I wish I had them, she whispered. I really do. I couldn't even look at my photos. Every image was a dagger. Smiles frozen in time, meaningless. I picked up his old hoodie and buried my face in it, the smell of him still lingering. The jacket felt heavier than ever. I loved you, I muttered. I gave you everything, Ethan. Everything. Silence answered me. No calls. No messages. Just the faint ticking of my clock and my heart breaking. For the first time, I realized that everything I had trusted, my boyfriend, my friends, my family, it could all crumble in an instant. That perfect life, the one I thought I deserved, was gone. And in that darkness, with tears streaming down my cheeks, I felt small, shattered, and utterly alone. But a tiny, stubborn voice inside me whispered, I will understand. I will survive. Somehow. The days after Ethan's text blurred into a haze of tears, anger, and confusion. Every time my phone buzzed, my heart jumped only to crash when it wasn't him. Madison, you need to eat something, Lily said softly one evening, finding me curled on the couch, face buried in my hands. I'm not hungry, I mumbled. I can't stop thinking about him. You've been crying for days, she said, sitting beside me. It's okay to feel broken. But you can't let him. I'm not broken, I shouted, immediately regretting the volume. I just don't understand why he left. Lily flinched but stayed. I know. And I wish I could make it better. Then I found out about Olivia. Madison, you need to calm down, she said over lunch, eyes avoiding mine. Ethan isn't. He's complicated. What do you mean? I asked, suspicion twisting in my gut. He's right. You two weren't, she trailed off. I just think you pushed him away sometimes. What? Olivia, are you serious? You're blaming me? I couldn't keep my voice low. He texted me he doesn't love me anymore. And you, my hands shook. You've been feeding him stuff about me? She looked down, silent. My stomach dropped. Betrayal didn't feel sharp at first. It felt cold, creeping, a poison spreading silently. Maya and Harper weren't better. You're overreacting, Harper said one night at a coffee shop. Maybe he just needed space. Don't make it all drama. Drama? I repeated, laughing bitterly through tears. He dumped me over a text. And you're calling it drama? Madison, maybe, Maya started. No. I snapped. Stop twisting it. I know what I feel, and I know what's real. Don't tell me I'm imagining pain. Even my mom, Grace, didn't help. Maybe he left because you didn't, she began, sipping her tea. I cut her off, voice trembling. Mom, don't. Just, don't. At night, alone in my room, I questioned everything. Was I too clingy? Too emotional? Was I the problem? My tears soaked my pillow, and my stomach ached from refusing food. Every message he had ever sent replayed in my mind. Why does everyone have to turn on me? I whispered to the darkness, hugging my knees. Lily called again. I can't fix this for you, she said softly. But I can be here. You're not alone. I nodded against the pillow, barely seeing her through my tears. Thanks. I think I just need to remember that. The betrayal felt endless, slicing from every angle, family, friends, even my own mother. Emotional abuse wasn't just Ethan leaving, it was being gaslit, blamed, and doubted by everyone I trusted. But then, in a quiet moment, I realized something. I don't have to stay trapped. I don't have to let them control my feelings, my pain, my life. I have a choice. I'm done waiting for apologies I'll never get, I whispered aloud. I'm done letting people decide how I feel. I will take back my life even if it hurts to do it. Lily squeezed my hand. That's all I've been trying to say. You're stronger than this. You just need to see it. I took a deep breath, finally letting some of the tension leave I realized something had to change. I couldn't stay trapped in the wreckage of Ethan's betrayal, nor could I let toxic people keep controlling my emotions. Madison, are you really going to block them all? Lily asked one night as we scrolled through our phones. Yes, I said firmly, my fingers hovering over Maya and Harper's contact names. I'm done. I'm done being dragged down by people who don't care about me. Even Olivia, she whispered. I closed my eyes. Especially Olivia. I can't fix her or anyone else. I have to fix me. The next morning, I confronted my mom. Grace, I need you to be honest with me, I demanded, hands on my hips. You've been distant, siding with him, and letting them all manipulate me. Why? She stared at me, silent for a long moment. Then, Madison. I didn't know how to stop it. I thought stepping back was helping. Helping? Mom, lying by omission isn't helping, it's destroying me. I shouted, voice cracking. I'm sorry, she whispered, avoiding my eyes. Even with apologies, I knew I had to reclaim my power myself. That meant documenting everything Ethan and the others had done, the messages, the lies, the manipulations. Every detail was recorded. Every truth counted. At work, Tyler noticed my focus. Madison, you've changed. You seem stronger. I'm learning, I said, shrugging. It's been a rough few months. He smiled, genuine and unjudging. If you ever need to talk, I'm here. No judgment, just support. And then there was Elena, my mentor, who reminded me who I was before all this pain. You're letting them define your worth, she said firmly. You have to take it back. You can't wait for someone else to hand it to you. I know, I said, finally feeling a spark of hope. I'm scared I'll fail. You won't, she said. Not if you're honest with yourself. I laughed one night, unexpectedly, at how absurdly cruel people could be. Maya texting lies, Olivia whispering secrets, Ethan thinking he could erase me with words. I laughed and cried at the same time, realizing that their power over me was gone. Finally, I confronted Ethan. Face to face. Why did you do it? I demanded, standing in front of him. Why leave me with a text and ruin everything? He looked away, guilt flickering across his face. I didn't think. You didn't think. I interrupted, voice low and sharp. Do you know how much pain you caused? Do you know how many people lied, manipulated, and betrayed me with you? I didn't. You didn't care. That's the truth. I held up the stack of printed messages, screenshots, and notes I had collected. This is everything. All the lies, all the manipulation. Do you see it now? His jaw tightened. I didn't realize. I shook my head. You realized too late. And I am done being the one who suffers silently. I am done begging, pleading, hoping. I am not broken anymore, Ethan. I am stronger than you'll ever be. He swallowed hard, eyes wide, suddenly small. I could see him grasp the weight of his actions, finally understanding the damage. I didn't mean. Save it, I said calmly. I've heard enough. And now, everyone else will see the truth too. Walking away, it was time. I couldn't let months of betrayal and pain dictate my life any longer. Karma, it seemed, had its own way of catching up. Madison, you've really changed, Tyler said one afternoon at work, handing me a coffee. You look unstoppable. I feel unstoppable, I admitted, smiling faintly. Finally, I'm not carrying all their lies anymore. Even Olivia couldn't escape consequences. Madison, I'm sorry, she whispered during a family dinner. Sorry doesn't undo what you did, Olivia, I said calmly. But I won't fight you anymore. You made your choices, and now you have to live with them. My mom, Grace, looked at me with eyes wider than I'd ever seen. I never realized. You never realized that neglect hurts as much as betrayal, I said softly. I've survived it, Mom. But I won't let it define me anymore. Ethan's social circle started noticing his downfall. Friends distanced themselves, colleagues whispered behind his back, and the facade he built crumbled. I didn't have to do anything. The truth spoke for itself. Madison, I didn't think anyone would believe me if I tried to explain, he said one day, panic in his voice. You didn't think? I asked, raising an eyebrow. You left me broken, thinking the world would stay silent. But I took control, Ethan. And now everyone knows who you really are. The toxic friends, Maya and Harper, faced subtle but undeniable exposure. Their lies unraveled when I presented proof calmly, without malice. They could no longer gaslight me or anyone else. Madison, I can't believe you kept all this, Lily said, amazed. You've turned their betrayal into your strength. I had to, I admitted. I couldn't let their actions define me. I realized survival isn't just enduring, it's reclaiming your life. Elena smiled when I shared the progress. You see, Madison, you weren't just fighting them. You were fighting for yourself all along. That night, as I reflected, I realized how far I had come. Every tear, every betrayal, every painful silence had shaped me into someone stronger. I wasn't the fragile girl Ethan left behind. I was Madison, aware, empowered, and unbroken. Lily finally found her own voice, confronting friends who had hurt her and learning to trust again. Tyler grew closer, but not in a way that made me dependent. His support reminded me that not everyone in my life would betray me. Secrets were revealed, lies exposed, and the natural consequences of betrayal unfolded. The process was messy, raw, and sometimes bitter, but it was honest. I had discovered the beauty of truth, even when it hurt. I thought about the little moments, too, the quiet nights I spent crying alone, the messages I replayed, the dinners I silently endured. All of it became fuel, turning pain into power. Madison, do you ever miss him? Lily asked one afternoon, curiosity soft in her voice. Sometimes, I do, I admitted. But it's not missing him as a person. It's missing the life I thought I had. I grieve that, not him. And you're okay now? Yes, I said, a small smile lifting my lips. Because I've learned that my worth doesn't depend on anyone else.